It's not easy to write reviews on films that touch on a religious topic. More often than not, one opens himself up to offending some religion or another, despite the fact that as a reviewer, I'm only looking at the film from its technical and storytelling merit, rather than its religious standpoint, whether or not I happen to agree with it. I can, as a pagan, still enjoy a Christian film as much as I can enjoy a Muslim film or an atheist film. Thankfully, I'm not reviewing a religious film today. True, the topic matter touches on religion, more or less, but Jesus of Montreal is not a religious or a Christian movie. It's an extremely well-written story which parallels the story of Jesus in a film focused entirely on the theatre community upon which it's about. A local church seeks out a young and talented method actor, Daniel, to run an update and revise the Passion Play. Unfortunately for all concerned, Daniel and the troupe he takes on board takes the story of Jesus to a literal interpretation that causes controversy among the Christian community, the church that hired them, and the acting community. It doesn't take long to see a parallel developing here as the story progresses, but it's not a forced parallel, and neither, as I said before, is there a religious connotation to it, which would have been the easy approach, and much of the film's discredit had the director had gone down that route. But the profound impact of Jesus on the Jewish people and its authorities is expressed extremely well as Daniel's life mirrors that of Jesus, with the following he garners in his audience, the loyalty from his troop and the opposition from the offended church. As the story develops and comes to a close, we are given a dying prophecy, crucifixion and the resurrection in such powerful context that the lines between madness and revelation is quite satisfactorily blurred. If one were to be completely honest with oneself about the teachings of Jesus Christ, is that they were very subversive for the time, challenging authority, the status quo, and the political and religious corruption that is the core strength behind Dennis Arkin's teleplay. The theatre community is the perfect foil, as it has always been centre stage, no pun intended, for controversy and thought-provoking subject matters. To say the teachings of Jesus were in themselves dramatic and attention-grabbing would be an understatement, and the theatre has always had its fair share of enemies when opening the public's eyes to subject matters that it would otherwise not consider. In the case of Jesus, he challenged the corruption of the temple and the authority of Rome, which inspired the people, but at the same time spoke out against violent revolution and blind traditionalism. The modern-day church and the theatre community is no different in that regard, with old-school traditionalists and elitism ringing down their boot on new ideas and possibilities in a human system that constantly evolves. Jesus of Montreal is a film that is as uncompromising as the many subtle layers of subject matters upon which it takes, and is a very absorbing film that still stands the test of time, especially in the 26 years after it was filmed. Whether or not you're religious is immaterial. This is a film for the religious and the atheist alike, with no real underlying message other than the thoughts it is intended to invoke. Whether standing up to the status quo in religion, politics or creativity, Jesus of Montreal, in my mind at least, stands up as a testament as to what theatre should continue to be about. Most certainly from a religious aspect, it makes you wonder how Jesus would be perceived should he have walked the earth today.